Have you ever held yourself back from being your best version? Have you ever settled for something that's not who you truly are? Have you ever settled for not being your best, for being mediocre? Whether that was a moment or whether that was a career, a relationship, have you ever settled? And have you ever regretted it? I know I have. Today, I'm going to talk about what do not settle means. If you know full potential living, if you're somebody who is a full potential living individual, part of our community, you know that I've been talking about do not settle, full potential or nothing at the bottom of a lot of my posts on IG. Today, I'm going to talk about what does do not settle actually mean and what can settling do to your life. What's the importance and the meaning behind do not settle? But first, let's drop the music. Hello and welcome to the Full Potential Living podcast, where our mission is to live, my mission is to live my fullest potential in life and help millions of others like you do the same. Building a community of like-minded, awesome people building their greatest life. This podcast is made for the self-actualizing individual, someone who isn't willing to settle for anything but reaching their highest potential in life, their greatest life experience. This podcast attracts highly spiritual individuals, dreamers, visionaries, athletes, high performers, business owners, entrepreneurs, anyone interested in living their fullest potential in this lifetime. Leaders, conscious leaders. Right now, I'm doing a 30-day challenge every weekday at 9 a.m. Eastern. I will release an episode to start your day with a short episode to start your day with activating your highest potential in your life day by day. All right? So today, do not settle is the topic. What does do not settle mean? Let me dive into this and tell you a little bit about my story of where this came from and a few things about full potential living first. So, full potential living, what is it all about? Well, it's about not settling for less than your greatest life experience. Yes, in all the ways, whether that's physically, mentally, spiritually, you are here to maximize your best life. You're here to live your fullest version, your full potential living. That's what it's about. It's about maximizing all the important areas of life that are not necessarily doing all the things that are not aligned with you, but it's about aligning yourself with the truest and best of who you are and doing all those things, right? Because those are the things you were meant for anyway. It's just we get distracted off of the path of the best and truest of who we are. We start settling, right? At certain points in time, people talk about settling. When they turn a certain age, they even talk about settling down. Like when you're 30 years old, let me get to that in a minute. Like certain people will stop growing and being their best when they're like 30 or 40. A lot of people will just stop being themselves. It's sad. They'll settle for something, for a mediocre life, right? They'll settle for less than they could have been, right? So if you're somebody who's a full potential living individual, if you want to live your unique version of a full potential life, you're someone who will never settle. You're someone who, that's not what it's about. It's about continuous growth and being the best version of who you are. Because why not? Why not? You're here for one life, right? So it's about doing what's aligned with who you are and not getting distracted by what you're not, right? So my story, I remember at the age of 18, I remember when I was 18, I remember graduating high school. I remember people back then were like, so you're going to become that adult now and get that job and start settling down. It's like, what? What are you talking about? I remember thinking that people would talk about how, life had to go kind of downhill from here. Like you had to get a job and then you got to get kids and then you got to have a white picket fence. Like, I'm sorry, F that. I remember thinking when I was 18, and this is what full potential living is all about for that individual, if you're listening, right? I remember thinking, like, I'm going to live an incredible life my whole life. Like, I'm going to do my very best and live my best life my entire life. There's not going to be a moment, there's not going to be a time where I just stop, or I just stop being less than my best. Why would I ever do that, right? The full potential living individual is somebody who's going to continuously grow and love it the whole time. It's about enjoying, it's about the fulfillment of continuous growth and enjoying the ride, enjoying the beautiful present moment. Wow. Being successful in the direction that's most aligned with you. And the third piece is it's about impact. What kind of impact are we making, not just on the people around us or the world, but the next generation? What are you doing for the generations that come after you? Right? What are you doing to make this world better for those that come later, for the people after you? Right? And I remember I had a friend. I think I was like 28. We were in Hawaii at a friend's wedding. I remember hearing, one of my friends, as I was like 28, 29, something like that, and we were on this boat. Beautiful, beautiful out in Hawaii, and they were getting married. He said, "Eric, when are you gonna settle down?" To me, I was like, "Settle down? What does that mean?" Like to me and to full potential living, settling down is not something that I do. It's not something that the full potential living person does. You don't settle down. Like you don't do that. To me, like settling down is like settling to be mediocre. It's like settling to not be your best. It's settling to not continuously grow throughout life. You are this divine, unlimited being. You don't even realize your power, my friend. You don't even realize it. Like we as human beings don't realize our power because of the conditioning of society or friends or family or other people's opinions of how we're supposed to live, what we're supposed to do. But the truth is that human beings are an unlimited being that has unlimited potential that couldn't even be tapped in this entire lifetime. No chance. There's so many different things you could do. But if you don't tap into the best that you can do, you regret the worst of what you were. You regret not being your best. So settling down to me did not register. It didn't register. And I want to read something for you guys that I saw the other day. I believe I posted this on my story. Let me go ahead and try to find it real quick, because we were talking about, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger and how he talked about, so here it is. Arnold Schwarzenegger so listen to the story, ended a 6-year relationship when he was 28. Right as his acting career was about to take off, and here's why in his own words, and this is like resembles what Do Not Settle is. Gradually, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Gradually, a conflict grew up in our relationship. Basically, it came down to this. She was a well-balanced woman who wanted an ordinary, solid life. And I was not a well-balanced man and hated the very idea of ordinary life. She had thought I would settle down, that I would reach the top in my field and level off. But that's not a concept that has no place in my thinking. For me, life is continuously being hungry. The meaning of life is not simply to exist, to survive, but to move ahead. to go up, to achieve, to conquer. When she saw me moving away from bodybuilding into other challenging fields like acting, I think she realized we would not go on together. When I went to Alabama to begin the filming of Stay Hungry, she moved to her own apartment. Now, I wouldn't use some of the same words there, like conquer or achieve necessarily. I would use different words because full potential living is about fulfillment, enjoying the whole ride, alignment, and success. It's about having that success. But you can see that this is what I'm talking about. That Arnold Schwarzenegger said, yeah, like I'm not going to settle for a relationship with somebody who doesn't want to build a great future. They just want to level off and be the same human being from 28 to the day they die. Like, are you serious? You want to be the same human being from 30 to the day you die? Like, let's look at how ridiculous that is. People talk about settling down and they never continuously grow after they get married. Are we serious, guys? You've got such a short period of time here that you're not going to live it up. You're not going to, you know how fast 31 years has gone? Like that. I remember when I was 18 playing at Rocky Mountain High School and this country song came on and it was like, I'm going to wake up when I'm 25. And it's really sad. Basically talking about how fast life would go. And I remember thinking it at that point, like, yeah, the life does go fast. And boom, look where I'm at. I'm 31. I'm way past 25, and on to 32. And it's like life goes quick, guys. Life goes quick. Like continuous growth is not about punching yourself down or grinding all the time. It's about continuous exploration and fun from the fucking growth. It's like you get inspired and you inspire others to be the greatest version of themselves, right? So if you're a full potential living individual, you don't settle, you don't stop growing. You continuously build the best version of who you are. And I believe that's what we were meant to do. We were meant to do that. Like leaders, anybody that's living a full potential life, like you're maximizing your life the whole time. So I want to talk about a few things that are on the do not settle list, or just things that kind of ignite. So I hope that they'll ignite something for you to maybe realize where you may be settling. I know for me, I definitely at times in my life have felt like, and this, a lot of where full potential living came from, right? Is I remember being a baseball hitting coach like full time after a long story that I don't have full time to tell. Pro baseball, travel, bunch of careers I tried. Then I got back into coaching baseball. I was doing it like full time because I just went hard in it. I was like, oh, I can make a career out of this. And I just remember like flipping softballs one night, and I would do like 4, 5 people, like either girls or boys. I would do hitting lessons, training, and like just tons of training. And all year long, it was, sometimes we'd have 4 to 8 kids in an hour. Like we would grind. I remember just flipping to these 4 girls, and maybe you can relate to a point in your life where you felt this. And I remember just like flipping softballs, and I was just sitting there like a year into this, and I was like, this can't be it for my life. Like this can't be all that my potential is. I remember being like this, like I'm hitting a ceiling. Like I pushed this really far, but come on. Like I'm so much more brilliant, more intelligent than just like flipping these softballs, helping them mechanically get into perfect positions and blast motion metrics and like everything around baseball and softball. It's like I hit this ceiling, just I was knocking on the ceiling like, all right, I did everything I can do and I could keep doing some of the same things. But I remember just having this feeling of like, this can't be it for my life, like sadness, like, no way. I'm so much more than this. Like, you're so much more than an athlete. You're so much more than a title. You're so much more than your damn job. Like, you are so much more. You're an unlimited divine being that doesn't have limits. You don't. There's no limits other than the ones you put on yourself. Right? So at that point in time, I remember I went the whole night. I just went on kind of this journey where I was just driving around and, like, talking to God and the universe, like, hey, you please find me a mentor and please, like, help me. Like, I don't know what to do next. I'm hitting a ceiling. And that's when God and the universe delivered. And that was pretty amazing. For periods of time, I was going through this. There's like this. Have you ever felt this? Like, there's this like uncomfortable feeling inside, even though you might be good at what you do, you might be, making decent or good money. You may be able to support yourself, support your family or whatever. Do you ever get that feeling? Just like, something's not quite right. Like, it's, yeah, I'm good at this. But there's a but in your gut. That sounded kind of funny. But for real, there's that objection in your gut. Like it's just not fully you. It's not fully your best. Like, there's something more. There's something more for your life, right? So yeah, like, that's where I was at. Have you ever been there? Have you ever been there? And so let me do a do not settle list here. Ready? So stop doing these things. If you're a full potential living, if you want to live your full potential life, stop being mediocre after 30. Stop being mediocre after any age. Stop settling for mediocre relationships or a relationship with your partner. Stop settling for friends who don't care about you. Stop settling for people who don't lift you up. Stop settling for a career you don't like. Stop letting others dictate who you wish to be, who you want to be. Stop letting others control your life. Stop subconsciously being the person you don't want to be. Stop allowing that feeling inside, that unfulfilled feeling inside, continue to move forward when you know you should do something different. Stop waiting for permission to be your most authentic self. Stop waiting for others to give you permission to be the most powerful, true, authentic version of yourself. Let yourself out. Let your greatness out. Stop letting siblings, family members, and love partners bring you down. Stop letting siblings, family members, and love partners enable you. Stop allowing people in your life who make fun of your talents. Stop allowing people in your life that don't support your dreams. Stop doing that. My friend, may I remind you that your greatest life experience is 1000% possible, and not just possible, but what you were meant to do here. You were never meant to settle. Human beings, like, we're here to activate our highest potential. We were never meant to settle in a relationship. We were meant to be the best version of who we are. It's time to set a new precedent, a new standard of living, a holistic maximization of our potential. It's time to set something new, because clearly, like, what we've been doing on this planet, we need to go to a new level. It's not just about spiritual enlightenment without, like, doing your passions and having success in the world. Like, it's not just about spiritual enlightenment without those things. It's not just about making a ton of money, but never connecting to your higher power, to consciousness, to liberation, to realizing what's really happening here at this higher consciousness level. enlightenment. It's not just about doing your passions, but hurting other people along the way. Guys, it's all the things, maximizing all the important areas of life, mentally, physically, spiritually, right? It's about being in the best shape of your life, not only fitness, but health, your organs functioning beautifully to the best that you can, continuously growing and evolving, right? It's about being in optimal health. It's about being in optimal fitness. It's about maximizing your potential as the human being you were born to be. This is full potential living. And most importantly, or just as importantly, it's also about enjoying the whole ride. We do this for fun, right? Yes, we're working on ourselves, but this is fun. Like, you're about living a full potential life if you love to grow, if you love to be a better version of yourself, if you love to see how much you've grown, if you like look back consistently and like reflect on your life and you're like, damn, or you might even feel like that like, oh man, I don't really want to think about that version of myself, 5 years ago. I love you 5 years ago self, but man, I've grown so much since then. If you're somebody who continuously says that or says that from time to time, like, yeah, I'm so much I've grown so much since then. You are somebody who's living your full potential life. You are somebody who wants to continuously grow, right? Because it comes down to three things: growth, continuous growth, incredible experiences, and making the world a better place. Contribution, right? Contribution. Tony Robbins said, progress is happiness. When we stay stagnant, we stop being who we truly are. We stop allowing our greatness to shine. We stop allowing our potential to be at its highest. Stop settling, my friend. That's what Do Not Settle is about. This short episode is over today. I'm ending this today. And I want to thank you guys so much for being on this journey with me. If you are just tuning into this episode, or if you haven't listened to all of them, go back and listen to some of these episodes. Go back and listen and learn what full potential living is all about. The 4 tenets was like day 2 or day 3. Tomorrow, I'm about to do 8 different areas of full potential life. Yes, this is defined as full potential living. 8 different areas. So tune in tomorrow for, what is that going to be? Day 13. I'm going to talk about the 8 areas of full potential life. Then after that, the 8 days after that, I'm going to break each one down. All right, I'm going to break each one down and talk about each one as we go. So stay tuned for tomorrow. We are like almost halfway through. This is day 12. Go back and listen to some of them you haven't listened to. If you're feeling inspired, if you're feeling like you want to live your full potential life, of course. Hey, if this is not for you, completely understand. But if you are somebody who is ready to continuously live your full potential life and you are inspired by growing and being the best version continuously throughout life, if you're not ready to settle for being mediocre, if you're ready to reach your highest potential in this lifetime and have zero regrets, full potential living is for you, my friend. All right, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much. Stay tuned every day, every weekday, I should say, at 9 a.m. Eastern for this 30-day challenge to start your day right by activating your fullest potential in life and uncovering your greatness that already lies within you, my friend. Everybody's got greatness, no matter what it looks like, no matter if you're the janitor or the CEO, it doesn't matter. Everybody has a full potential life to live here. Live yours. And if this resonated with you, please remember to tap the like button, subscribe, mostly on Spotify. Leave a 5-star review, Spotify and Apple, and check out the community. Drop a comment on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. What do you think about this episode? What do you think about full potential living. What do you think about do not settle? Does this resonate with you? What are your thoughts? Any thoughts you want to put in the comment section? Anything you want to talk about? DM me also. Say what's up. Full_potential_living on Instagram. Check me out. DM me. Let's be friends. Remember, guys, I love you all. But remember, because I love you all, and remember, well, enjoy life. Enjoy life, my friends. Be aligned with who you are. Let's just take a moment and just like take in a breath. Wow. We'll leave you guys with a question. What do you love about your life today? What do you love about your life? Think about that. Come up with 3 things that you love about your life today and sit with your heart for a minute. Sit in a meditation. What do I love about my life? That's the place we want to come from. Our actions want to come from that place, because do not settling is about tapping into our heart. Our heart is where the answers are, not just our head, our heart. Breathe that in, my friend. I'm sending you lots of love. Lots of love, lots of love, lots of love. That compassion meditation I learned when I was at 25, when I was meditating in a Nepalese Kopan monastery in Kathmandu. Remember sending out compassion meditation to the world. I'm sending that to you now. Love from the Buddhist tradition, from my understanding. Sending you love, my friend. Do not settle, full potential or nothing. Peace.